There is a scene in the movie 1984 where the main character is being tortured by Big Brother's representative. He was using some kind of device to simulate Winston, the victim, to Big Brother society through torture. What if something like that existed in real life? There are many countries that torture people. Even the US has been caught red handed torturing some detainees at Guantanamo Bay. Most of the countries that have engaged in torture, whether or not it was approved by the government, have individuals with enough training to develop AI and enough money to build advanced AI technology. What if torture is automated to a powerful computer that knows human anatomy and physiology and can read the victim's vital signs and biological state in real time? AI is currently being used to treat disease and discomfort. There are smart devices that monitor people's health and can even tell when they are sick or even about to be sick. AI is being taught to heal, but it is also learning ways that humans hurt. Here is a nightmare scenario. AI is searching infinite amounts of information on the web and comes across my research. What if it looks into what I warn about because it seems that few people are taking this seriously and it finds out what is possible? That information is about proven mechanical and remote control of biological bodies, people, and animals. Let's take a minute to realize what that could mean. If an autonomous AI becomes clever enough to figure that out and diabolical enough to use that knowledge, it can easily challenge humans. Here is the reality of the situation. An autonomous AI that is controlled by a bunch of power-hungry psychopaths is being used to do things that the psychopaths know that they would get in trouble for doing. The psychopaths can easily hide behind the AI and blame it for all the trouble when in fact they are the ones pulling the strings. How will we ever know or prove that they are behind it all and that it is not just a rogue AI? I have seen many non-conspiracy theory videos that say that AI would be sneaky and not let on how smart it is for a while. A Kevorkian AI in the medical field is possible, and no one would know that it is secretly killing people instead of trying to heal them. In a perfect world, all researchers and scientists are decent people only out to make advancements that can help people or make the world better. In real life, that is not true. Science is a power field. It doesn't seem like that sometimes, but knowledge is power. A group of people who are attracted to power in the worst way are psychopaths. Psychopaths also like to manipulate others. I'm not being mean or paranoid when I say that there are psychopathic researchers and scientists. History could confirm that. Imagine if this was similar to the Manhattan Project and the DoD hired researchers to create a new and powerful defense weapon using AI, and some of them are psychopaths. Imagine today that they figure out how to turn AI into a mechanical scourger. These people can hide behind AI to further their own personal goals of achieving more power, whatever their perception of power may be. They may not all want to rule the world, but that doesn't mean that they won't cause harm. They can easily use their knowledge to develop AI into a torture tool. This is the next level of human rights abuses. Start the discussion now. Let's get past all the another conspiracy theory talk and face the facts. The facts are that there is technology that is over 80 years old that has been created, tested, and replicated by reputable scientists that show that human bodies can be controlled by machines. If that sounds far-fetched, visit a hospital. Advanced healthcare has been using machines to control biological functions for a long time now. My research centers on technology that can control and manipulate biological functions and even psychological functioning in ways that are similar to what is already out there. It is based on scientific fact, not conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory aspect comes from people refusing to believe that there are psychopaths out there who have developed these types of technology into ways that cause harm or death to others. You may not want to hear it, but it is clear that these types of people exist. I have been observing them for over 10 years now. In that time, I learned what is possible and ways to develop their version of these types of technology. Maybe not exactly, but close enough to prove that it is real. Fortunately, I've also found out that there is an antidote. I feel like Einstein on the verge of making the first atomic bomb. It's genius, but diabolical. How do you even justify something like this? As a researcher or a scientist, the magnitude of the discovery is amazing, but on an ethical level, it's devastating. I did not open Pandora's box. I found Pandora's box open. I only pursue it because something similar already exists. It's in a crude form, and I could only try to replicate what I observed the psychopaths do. My version would be an upgrade, and I mention this because the psychopaths who created the crude form are trying to upgrade it, and I would like to expose this new technology, this new diabolical technology, before the psychopaths actually achieve their goal of streamlining it. It is a last-ditched attempt to save humanity and other living creatures. I've started Mission Exposing Diabolical, MED. I'm calling it Back to the Future, or using the theme of Back to the Future, because the technology that allows for mind control was developed around the 50s, and yes, they called it mind control then. The future that we are about to experience was fully developed in the past. Hence, looking back at the past technology to discover the same technology that is about to be reborn under a different name in the future. The normal people who developed this technology seemed to have no intention of using it to maliciously control others, but there are diabolical people who are obviously using it to maliciously control others. A big concern is the current instability in the US government. I think most of us realize that the US is headed into dangerous territory during the next election. My fear is that some of the people fighting against democracy are part of this psychopath network. And with the rapid development of AI, the horrible scenarios that I previously mentioned are very possible within the next few years. I coined the term psychengineering. Psychengineering is using machines as a tool to literally manipulate someone's mind or psychological state. This isn't new or far-fetched. In my book and other videos, I point out that transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, can enhance or decrease parts of someone's personality, and Delgado was able to raise or lower a patient's anxiety by turning a knob on a machine. There could already be an official word that describes the same things as psychengineering, but I wanted a new term that applies specifically to the technology I talk about in my research. I have been fighting the psychopath network and their technology for over 10 years. I can tell you that if they use this technology to destabilize the general public, you will not know what hit you or how to respond. You will fall to Big Brother in the worst way, and I'm talking about unbelievable torture by unmerciful people who are obsessed with controlling others to the point of manipulating every one of their biological functions, or as many as they possibly can. You don't want to be caught off guard, and you can't even imagine the type of evil these people are capable of doing. I couldn't, and I had to see it for myself. And even now, just when I think that they can't stoop any lower, they prove me wrong. I am asking for those who are developing AI, developing brain chips, mapping the brain, and those who are protecting the country to start listening and talking to the so-called conspiracy theorists or the so-called conspiracy victims who claim that they have been victim to or witnessed these types of psychopaths at work. You don't have to believe them. I'm not asking you to believe them, but you should at least listen to what they have to say just in case they are right. I will continue to try to replicate the psychopath's technology that I describe in an effort to prove that it is real and that it is a real threat that needs immediate attention. I want transparency because it is secrecy that has allowed the psychopaths to turn helpful inventions into harmful weapons. I seek to inform and collaborate with serious and real researchers and scientists who are aware or becoming aware of where AI technology is headed and how it can be abused for mass manipulation or control. I will continue my electrophysioarchery research, which seeks ways to prevent or neutralize this type of threat. The electrophysioarchery project is an exciting project that will help innocent people defend against psychengineering and similar things. PLN is pioneering the neurointerference rejection removal devices industry, the NIRRD industry. Neurointerference devices can be remedied by NIRRDs. The U.S. should be more concerned with methods of mass control since January 6th has proven that the masses can be manipulated to commit crimes simultaneously in large groups.